Hello and welcome to this thing about a couple of things that you probably didn't know about Minecraft. Okay, so the first one is, if you have a block like this, and you want to place a block on top of it, and remove the block below it at the same time, say you're in a situation where you have a pad, and you don't want to have to go all the way underneath it, and you want to remove it, and for some reason this is important. It actually is quite useful. You click both buttons at exactly the same time, both mouse buttons, or if you're on the Xbox, both triggers at exactly the same time. As you see, it removes the block without me having to delete it, and you can do this as much as you want. See, they both pop away at exactly the same time. Okay, so another useful thing that most people don't seem to know is that you can pick blocks up by just simply pressing the middle mouse button, and it will automatically take you to that block. For example, if, say, let's wander over here where there's some iron. I don't have any iron in my hotbar, but if I hover over a block that I want to replace in my hotbar with iron, I can simply click that, and as you can see, I now have a piece of iron. This is really useful for speed building, so I much suggest that you use it as much as possible. Now you can also use it by going over to an animal and clicking on that animal, and it will give you a spawn egg of that animal. And yeah, so that's pretty interesting. Moving on, next thing that most people don't seem to know, as far as I can tell, is that if you press F3, or if you're on a Mac, FN F3 I believe, this little menu here will appear. Now the things on this menu are as such. You have at the top the frame rate, the version that you're playing, the chunk updates. Now chunk updates means how often the current area or region that you're playing is being updated. If you're doing things that take a lot of computing, then you're going to have a lower chunk update rate and hence a lower frame rate. Then the next important one, which is useful to know, is the amount of entities present, and that's if you go 2 down, there's a little button that says E, and it says at the moment 3 out of 13. That means that there's 13 entities in total, but I'm looking at 3 of them, and those 3 of them I think are that pig, this chicken and that chicken. As you can see, when I look around a bit, it changes depending on how many pigs and stuff I'm looking at, and if I throw that on the ground, it turns to 14 because there is now an extra entity to be looking at. Okay, and then if you go down a couple, as you can see, the things that are changing when I move around are the XYZ coordinates, X being along one of the horizontal movement axis, Y being up and down, and Z being the second horizontal axis. So that's about it. You can also see the allocated memory and the used memory in the other corner, so switch that off again by clicking F3. And the third thing, which most people don't know and I find quite funny, is if you go into your options, into your language, you can change your language to pirate speak. And as you can see, now my level is O dangerous smooth sailing. And I can change my spectacles, my lingo, I can go to the wheel where I can change my controls, and everything is just a little bit more interesting. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed the video, like or favourite or just rate in general. Doesn't have to be a like if you didn't like it. Always helps show support, see if what I'm doing is of any use pretty much. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.